From Vermont Public, this is The Frequency. I'm Liam Elder-Connors. It's Thursday, June 26th, and here are today's headlines. Vermont state lawmakers are considering ways to increase safety in the wake of the killing of a Minnesota state representative and her husband. Vermont State Senator Keisha Rom Hinsdale was friends with one of the victims, former Minnesota House Speaker Melissa Hortman. This week on Vermont Edition, Rom Hinsdale said politically motivated violence could dissuade people from running for office.
We are having to think about this more and more, and it's a shame. It is one of the many factors why people think twice, especially if you are a woman or person of color, though this person also targeted a male senator. That kind of violence is yet another drawback to having a representative democracy.
Rom Hinsdale also reflected on Melissa Hortman's legacy, calling out her deep sense of justice and her enthusiasm for life. Climate scientists say several days of extreme heat earlier this week are a harbinger of what's to come as the planet warms due to human-caused climate change. High temperatures and humidity enveloped the entire state this week, with areas of the Champlain Valley under an extreme heat warning on Monday and Tuesday. Justin Mankin is a climate scientist at Dartmouth College.
This heat-humidity combination is something that the Northeast is just going to experience a lot more.
Mankin says climate change made the heat Vermont and New England are experiencing this week 2 to 3 times more likely. And he says scientists can increasingly show how major polluters contributed to the problem. Burlington City Council approved a new traffic pattern for a downtown street currently under construction. Starting this Friday, Burlington's Main Street will reopen for two-way traffic on nights and weekends. The council approved this change 11-1, hoping it would help downtown businesses who blame the construction for struggling sales. The change will add $600,000 to the project's cost and add a few more months to its finish date, 7 Days reports. The street has been under construction for a little over a year as part of the city's initiative to make streets more walker and cyclist friendly. And the Fish and Wildlife Department is looking for Vermonters who want to go on a wild goose chase. The department's seeking volunteers to help round up and place identification bands on the legs of Canadian geese next month. The event will occur at the Dead Creek Wildlife Management Area in Addison on July 2nd. Children must be accompanied by adults. The banded geese will be monitored to gather biological information to help track their population. The Canada geese nesting in Vermont today are the result of work started at Dead Creek in the 1950s, the department says. Coming up, we hear from Vermont cartoonist and writer Jeff Danziger about how at 81 he has no plans to retire. That's after this.
Thanks for listening to The Frequency, where support comes from VITA, supporting business growth and innovation in the Green Mountain State. From agriculture to manufacturing, energy to food production, find solutions that turn your business dreams into reality. Visit VEDA.org and see how VITA can help make it happen.
Vermont cartoonist and writer Jeff Danziger has been skewering politicians and others in power for half a century. His work has been syndicated in newspapers around the world, and he's been nominated twice for a Pulitzer Prize. Vermont Public's Nina Keck caught up with Danziger, who at 81 has no plans to retire.
Jeff Danziger still draws every day with a blue pencil and churns out about 300 cartoons a year, including his weekly comic strip, The Teeds, about daily life in Vermont. He still has a studio in New York City, but now spends most of his time at his farmhouse in Dummerston, where we meet.
Like a staircase.
Well, this is pretty much it. I have 2 art tables here because I switch back and forth. And for the political cartoons, I sit here and watch TV.
His studio is small. There's no tchotchke and few personal photos. Large rectangular lights hang over his workspace, which is filled with high-tech equipment and a big computer screen.
It looks like a computer monitor, but it's a good deal more than that. For example, if you wanted to bring up a cartoon here, I can bring it up in black and white and then color it here. And you can change sizes, and you can all of those miraculous computer tools.
Danziger publishes his own work these days on Substack and Vimeo and is still syndicated. The journey to get to this point has been a long one. He was born in the Bronx in 1943. Both his parents were artistic, and they encouraged his interest in drawing. He went to college in Colorado and fell into the newspaper business there. In the mid-1960s, he and his first wife moved to Plainfield, Vermont, lured by cheap home prices and land. Then the Vietnam War came knocking.
I was drafted in 67. And when you were drafted, you owed them 2 years.
2 years turned into 4, and he came home from Vietnam with a Bronze Star and an Air Medal for his bravery and service. He also returned angry and frustrated by the waste, corruption, and death he witnessed. Cartooning became a way for him to hold those in power accountable. Part-time work with the Rutland Herald and Times-Argus beginning in the mid-1970s led to full-time jobs with the New York Daily News and later Christian Science Monitor, work that took him around the world.
Slowly but surely you do get better. And then you look at what you've done, you go, Jesus, that turned out just fine. You know.
While Danziger's cartoons have garnered plenty of accolades, he's also gotten his share of hate mail from readers who feel he's gone too far. Historically, he's relied on editors to make that call, but he thinks standards are different now.
There's no hiding the fact that a lot of it has changed because of Trump. I mean, he's on a level of rottenness that I don't understand. He destroys everything he touches. Well, you can say that once or twice or 3 times, but you can't say it more than that. They've already heard that. People who don't agree with it, they don't want to hear about it. People who do agree with it, they've already heard it. So what?
It's a challenge to get more creative, Danziger tells me. But backing down isn't an option.
Our times now with the wars, and I mean, we are very possibly could be on the crux of World War III. Everybody says, no, we're not. But if you've read a lot of history, we are.
That frightens him. Cartooning, he says, helps him process that fear.
It's like theater. You have to set a scene, you put people in the scene, and you give them something to say. You have to organize your thoughts and say, well, in this scene, what am I really afraid of?
His work has also helped him through difficult personal times as well, like the death of his second wife, Kim, in 2016, and his only son, Matt, later that same year. At 81, he still runs most days, still uses a set of free weights in his basement, and still looks forward to sitting down at his drawing table each day.
It's like songwriting. It's a combination of 2 things. You know, there's the song, and then there's the music, and there's the words. Well, in cartooning, there's the artwork, and then there's the words. And sometimes you just have to hit people right, and sometimes it hits you right.
And when it all comes together and it's published for the world to see, even after 50 years, he says, there's nothing like it. For Vermont Public, I'm Nina Keck.
Thanks for listening to The Frequency today. We had additional reporting from Mark Davis, Adia Golston, Michaela LaFranc, and Abigail Giles. Our music is by Blue Dot Sessions. I'm Liam Elder Connors. Talk to you soon.
Planet Money helps you understand the economy. We find the people at the center of the story.
Garbage in New York, that was like a controlled substance.
We show you how money influences everything.
Tell me what you like by telling me how you spend your money.
And we dig until we get answers.
I had a bad feeling you were going to bring that up.
Planet Money finds out. All you have to do is listen. The Planet Money Podcast from NPR.